flyers, Philly lightin', filibuster flow philanthropist, fill 'em with pheromones while fantasizing over cannabis, calling him Solomon. Concubine swallow Klonopins, follow him down a rabbit hole and hold the lights anonymous. My native tongue, dope enough to make your nasal run. The way we come in and kill 'em with butter vocal radiance, ridiculous rhythm, original, pushing the pinnacle. Pull us in the fold, Sally in double digit, then it roll.
Part of my penmanship, my paragraph pinpoint, so a hard time poke 'em and prod 'em, then burn the joint slow. Slang so ridiculous, I'm speaking in tongues, right? Plus my flesh bubbling, we're under the sunlight. The demon is in him, Dean will continue to bring him the venom in the verse. Don't consider it sinning, sinner, sayonara. I serenade with sentences simply, while dancing on the beat like fingers tapping on 10 keys.
I'm saturated with tomorrow, I make a tempo bounce like Achilles, decapitated Apollo. Your days are borrowed, make a model to manipulate minds like Che Guevara. This is classic, like Di Malenko, Eddie Guerrero. Floss Fetty apparel, throw a gloss on an era. Rock a mic like Geraldo Rivera with broken nose. I'm approaching those with broken flows, just so you know. When I do-si-do, y'all paralyzed like polio.
Hey yo, we know, no knows like got him, it's nose. The window of opportunity closed on my friends and foes. Yeah, I suppose, looking through it, I dozed off. Life is a bitch, she was ripping on me, snatching her clothes off. I caught a vision of her inside of the stormy weather, and was reminded the thing of beauty's a joy forever. Always say never, I'm cutting them all down. Past the point of no return, puffing Diesel and James Brown.
Every joint I touch it burn, the seal of an age sounds. 2009, kids get killed on the playground. While you wait around for weight, I know my way around your place. No mistakes allowed, galvanize and break your power gauge. Praise Academy, start with letter J and add a D to UBI. Elbow deep in your greatest anatomy, I'm saying. Inhale the 3rd, 5th, and 19th, exhale imagination. Now that's amazing, assassination. Jason?
You want it, come and get it, we got it for all y'all. The UBI will call them out like a foul ball. We doubt y'all, rookies are ready for running game. Regular rappers get run over playing chickens with trains. Blow your brain out the back of your Bible and head home. Slay the townspeople, burn down the village and head home. Lay poems out the rebel for laying them all down. Keep your hands and your feet to yourself on the playground.
Fuck what you heard about. My crew in the street through word of mouth. My block, they shopping the curb for couches and popping the locks off urban houses. Wow, y'all rocking them urban outfits. Dudes in the drop and they serving ounces. Dressed hella clean like a firm accountant. So when a cop trip, you don't worry about shit. You don't know if you can get the business. Tax you for cash and conflicted interest. My flow caress so sets can coalesce. We're throwing a show, one set, no request. Claim the playground, tear the place down, blow a hole in the walls and spit out tank rounds. I pull the tank out the house, send a ransom to my PayPal account. Drop the dough, fresh photo off the post with a Rostamo and an Optimo. Says files is coming, better lock your cribs. Psychonomics.com to cop the fix. It's hot shit, something that you got to get. Little change in the pocket to profit with. This dude sell fire bags. You sell the brown with big frown, tell him why you mad. You don't know where I get mad. See that chip stack, if I get that. Me with Dean, rely on that. My back, he keeps an eye on that. You don't know where I get mad. See that chip stack, think I get that. Me with Dean, rely on that. My back, he keeps an eye on that. 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 You don't know where I get mad. See that chip stack, think I get that. Me with Dean, rely on that. My back, he keeps an eye on that. Now rockin' with the best, blaze the beat up.
Cop hand better jump and rig up. Can't see what the crime is on, and I can't kill the pain with the Tylenol. For the chicks in the back of the club who stumbling, and the ones on the wall all mumbling. No, I don't got a whip, stop wondering. There's no bankroll coming in with no limping. All the way to the bank rolling. Everybody wanna know if I'm holding, not if the whip was stolen. I got a Nike to put the dough in. Co-defendant with a codependent dependency to release the sentence. Bang on y'all like stop resisting. Blaze chronic and light the incense. I like to mention the flow was Bombay, and any gold nigga better go find Kanye. Getting up, get around in my way. Cast the train in the bag of tray folks. Stop off when you catch the case, and the wolves in the cell gon' scratch your face. Better know when to act your age. Retract the rage. Better than a minute nowadays. It's all day. Don't know where I am at. See that shit stacked and I get that. Me with Dean rely on that. My back, he keeps an eye on that. You don't know where I am at. See that shit stacked and I get that. Me with Dean rely on that. My back, he keeps an eye on that. And I on that. And I on that. And I on that. And I on that. My overtime wasn't on the check, sick as suppose. I didn't call my girl back, she think I'm tricking for hoes. The cab show, 20 minutes out the ETA. Drove through Midtown and passed by some spots we ate. Perhaps it could have been me in the back of the seat ballin'. My head on heat with the pressure to keep calling. But with that reaction I appear too soft. Besides, I ain't got the time to get my ear chewed off. I need to get mine, I'm locked in the grind. You gotta get in line behind me, this is mine. I'm right here now, it's all clear now. I finally found the face, so face my fear now. It's crazy, I can't call it, I've been too deep. Trying to make rip by the end of these 2 weeks. I'm sick with the beef, but they call me out on the kills. Believe in anybody, think it's real. I got a meeting with the label tonight. I got a couple verses floating in my head in case they want me to flow. I got a feeling it was strange, it's like a reality show. Let's see if I can rap to save my life. Now all my gear looks right, and my beard looks tight. I'ma stare it in the face to see what fear looks like. I got my demo in my hand, a flutter in my heart. We coming out the dark now, the fun about to start now. I can't call it, I've been too deep. Trying to make written bodies into these 2 weeks. I'm sick with the beef, but if they call me out in the kills. Believe in anybody, thinking body for real. I gotta get mine, I'm locked in the grind. You gotta get in line behind me, this is mine. Come right here now, it's all clear now. I finally feel my face my fear now. It's crazy, I can't call it, I've been too deep. Trying to make written body into these 2 weeks. I'm sick with the beef, but if they call me out in the kills. Believe in anybody, thinking body for real. I gotta get mine, I'm locked in the grind. You gotta get in line behind me, this is mine. I'm right here now, it's all clear now. I finally found the face, so face my fear now. I need a change.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Friday to everybody. I want to thank all of you fine Americans out there, and even the Canadians. Maybe there's some Mexicans in here. I don't know, Arabs, Australians, Antarcticans, Eskimos, Hawaiians even. I don't know what we got in here tonight. But if you're any one of those plus more, welcome to the Pigskin Pete YouTube show. You see, well, I didn't look how I screwed up. Look how I screwed up. Let me put the phone number up here. There it is, 864-207-4522. I do want to let you know, though, that I am extremely unprepared. I need 2 more minutes, or 3. So hold on 1 second. I got something else for you. I won't kill you with any more of that terrible music. I'll probably give you something even worse than that. Hold on. I need 2 more minutes. Thanks. right, thanks, guys. Again, like I said, I'm very unprepared, like usual. All right, so got a great show in store for tonight. If you want to call in, the number to call in is 864-207-4522. We could talk about anything you want to talk about, but you can see from the title there. Look, this has nothing to do with politics, but I live in Charleston, South Carolina. And for those of you who pay attention to this mess of a presidential campaign that's going on, listen, I don't care if you like Trump, hate Trump, love Bernie. I could care less. I really could. I just don't care. But 2 nights ago, we had the Democratic debate in Charleston. Tonight, for anybody of you who've been paying attention, we have a Trump rally going on. I think it's going on right now. And I'm glad you're watching me instead of that. But look, this creates a complete and total traffic nightmare. So 2 mornings ago, I think it was 2 mornings ago, the Democratic debate was, I think, I'm losing track of the days. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. The morning after, I'm on the interstate. So where I live in Charleston, I live about 15 minutes outside of the city. And I travel into the city every morning like 99% of the people that live around here in the suburbs of Charleston. So it was downtown Charleston. I'm on the interstate at 8:30 in the morning, headed towards the city. And all of a sudden we hit it comes to a complete stop. It's already bad traffic no matter what's going on. It comes to a complete and total stop, right? And there's a cop out there directing people to pull off of the interstate. Now, you got to understand, the interstate that runs into Charleston is a 3-lane interstate, okay? They narrowed it down to 1 lane, and then they had people I was in the right lane already, so they had me pull off onto the shoulder. And that took probably about 10 minutes for people to be able to do that. Then I proceeded to sit there for 20 minutes. I put the car in park, turn the radio up, listen to the radio, and then I proceeded to watch well over 100 cop cars in a row. And these cop cars, they were bumper to bumper with their lights on, traveling at probably 25 miles an hour down the left lane. Listen, I started counting them. I lost count at 80, and they're probably twice that. 100 bicycle cops, 100 state troopers, all heading towards the city. So what would normally take me about 20 minutes once I hit the interstate from where I live, and I don't live far from the interstate, what would normally take me 20 minutes took me 1 hour and 45 minutes because of the stupid ass Democratic debate. Now, on top of that, because Trump is doing something that I haven't seen another presidential candidate do in recent years, is so everywhere, since it's an election year, everywhere that there's a Democratic debate, he shows up the same week to do a rally. The rally happens to be today. So I went through the same exact thing today. Same thing. As a matter of fact, it was worse today than it was the last time because he's got Secret Service. And listen, I don't know if anybody lives in one of these cities where they do these rallies and these debates. It's a complete and total cluster F for anybody who lives here. It completely disrupts everybody. And listen, here's the thing. I don't have a problem. Listen, I get it. Yet you got to have Secret Service. You got to have escorts for all the candidates and all that. I get it. Why do you have to do it at 8:30 in the morning when people are trying to get to work? It's already the peak of rush hour traffic. Why do you have to do it then? I don't get it. Anyway, that's enough about that. Before I check the phone lines here, another major topic we're going to talk about tonight is music. Now, look, I'm going to go through my top 5 favorite musical artists. I already know, before I even start this, that my top 5 musical artists are going to have all of you fall out of your chair, and probably 3 of them you won't even know who they are. All right? When I listen to today's music, like, look, I'm 39 years old. I grew up, most people hit their musical prime when they start listening to music in their preteens and then throughout their high school career and then a couple of years after. So I'm no different than anybody else. I grew up in the hip-hop generation. You might have known from watching my YouTube channel. All right? But I love all music except for modern country music. And no disrespect to anybody out there. Hell, listen, my wife, she can name every single country song that comes on the radio. She goes to all these country concerts whenever they come to town. It's just not for me. When it comes to country music for me, I'm talking about, I like Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, stuff like that. All right? Any of this new stuff, I got no time for it. And I've been to some great concerts. I've been to Garth Brooks' concert, and yeah, it was really entertaining. Very entertaining. Garth Brooks, a great entertainer. You couldn't pay me to buy a Garth Brooks album. Now, I'll name listen, I sat here before the stream started and tried to come up with my top 5 favorite artists. Tried. And I was switching them in and out. I'm like, no, but I like this guy better. No, I like this guy better. So coming up with the top 5 is very, very hard. So I wrote down a bunch of honorable mentions. I'll give you my top 5. But that's a loose top 5. And like I said, probably at least 3 of them, a lot of you won't even know who they are. I like a lot of underground hip hop music from back in the day. This new rap, like what's the guy that everyone listens to? Drake. I couldn't name one Drake song. I couldn't sing along with one Drake song. Anything where they're using auto-tune, I'm not listening to it. If it comes on the radio, I can't change that thing fast enough. So let's listen to some honorable mentions. And this is not just rap, but it's all music. Eminem, honorable mention, right? Everyone loves Eminem, especially if you're a white guy like me. Nirvana, obviously. A lot of this stuff is mainstream stuff. Soundgarden might be my favorite modern hard rock group. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. Probably the best voice of any modern rock artist that there is. He's just amazing artist. Now we'll get into some of the rap. Mobb Deep. Now we're going back to 1993 through probably about 1999. Mobb Deep is the shit. Outkast, one of my favorite groups. Back to heavy metal, Metallica. If you don't like Metallica, you're not an American. Get out of here. Jane's Addiction, UGK, the Underground Kings from Texas. Another one. 8-Ball and MJG from Memphis. I got all their albums. Stevie Stone. Probably don't know who he is either, do you? Ritz. Ritz is from Georgia. Yellow Wolf. All right, those are some honorable mentions. Let me get into my top 5 real quick, and then I'll get into the end of the phone calls here. My top 5. Number 5. Mayday. Now, I've seen Mayday live probably 4 or 5 times and met these guys too. This is I don't even know how you classify them. It's rock and rap, I guess. But their 3 top albums are Thrift Store Halos, Take Me to Your Leader, and Believers. So I hope you guys got a pen and a paper out here. If you guys don't know who these are, if you like either rock or rap, go check out Mayday. These guys are amazing artists. And I've had them on my, not had them, but I played their music on my show several times. Cess Crew. Now, you just heard 3 Cess Crew songs at the beginning of this stream here. I've met these guys, hung out with them. One night they came to the Charleston Music Farm. I hung out with them for 3 or 4 hours and partied with them. This is a family show, so I can't really discuss everything that went on during those 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, you've heard them on this show several times too, and you'll hear it several times from here to come. And as a matter of fact, when I played that live show intro with the clown music, where I'm just showing a slideshow, the picture of me and the other guy standing in the bar, and he's the one wearing the sunglasses indoors, not me. I didn't have sunglasses on. That's ubiquitous from Cess Crew. Number 3, Wu-Tang Clan. They ain't nothing to fuck with. I'm not going to even go into that. If you don't like Wu-Tang Clan and you're my age, then you have no business being here. Just go ahead and unsubscribe and leave right now. Number 2, Tupac Shakur. That goes without saying. Of course, I like Biggie too, but Tupac just invokes an emotion in you like nobody else. And number 1, Number one artist of all time, my favorite artist. I know a lot of you know who my favorite artist is if I've met you, and you've seen hundreds of instances on my YouTube channel where I've played his music. The one, the only, the great Tech 9. Now look, I've been to so many Tech 9 concerts. He comes to Charleston all the time. I've been to see him in Myrtle Beach as well. Most rappers, if you go to their concert. Now DMX was another concert I went to back in 1999, which was unbelievable. But he has the best stage show out of anybody I've ever seen. And again, I've seen some of the guys that have $1 million shows, like Garth Brooks, where they've got the pyrotechnics and they've got the whole bells and the whistles, everything you could put into it. This guy could do Madison Square Garden one night and then come to Charleston the next night and do a small club. And he's probably done, I don't know, conservatively 20,000 shows in his lifetime, and he continues to tour year after year after year after year. He puts on the best stage show, period, of anybody I've ever seen. And I've been to some great concerts in my life. And as a matter of fact, it's not even close. That's how good he is of a performer. And I just like his music in general. Yeah, so there you go, Tech 9. And once the phone calls are done with tonight, I'm gonna play some music. Listen, the copyrights have gotten out of control on here. I get copyrighted for everything, so I'm about to put my middle finger up and just say screw it, and I'll just play copyrighted music every live show. Listen, you know what happens when you play a copyrighted song on your live show? They take your ad revenue. Who cares? The $3 that I make off of ad revenue for any live stream, I could care less. I'd rather hear good music. So I'll play some Tech 9 music probably at the end of the show, if anybody of you aren't familiar with him. All right, let me check the phone lines real quick, see if everybody's on the line. Anybody who calls in, I want to hear who your top 2 favorite artists are. That's it. That's the only stipulation I have. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Bobby Durkin's here. How you doing, brother?
Oh, Lord, I tell you right now, I am happier than Trump in the middle of a Senate trial. I'm happy. How you doing, Pigskin Pete? Good Lord, how you doing?
I'm amazing, and I'm fantastic on top of that. Thank you for asking.
You always are. I don't know what you. I tell you right now, I'm telling you, I'm all coked up and had snorted a thing.
Damn.
No, I was sitting here listening to you, and I'm going to give you my top five favorite artists.
I want your top.
Right, you ready?
I want your top 3. Or you can give me 5
Top
if
3.
you want to give me 5. You can give me 5. Yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
Lord, I could give you 10. No, okay. Let's start out number 5. Miss Tanya Tucker. Miss Tanya Tucker was the first person I ever seen in my entire life. And I'll tell you who number 1 is. No.
Wait.
Actually opened up for my number 1.
You just went from 5 to 1, Bobby. I know you can't count well, but there's 4, 3, and 2 between that.
Let me tell you right now, I appreciate you. I think a lot of you, but don't correct me.
All right.
Number 5, Tanya Tucker. Though she is crusty and old today, she was hot and saucy in 1988. Actually felt turned on for the first time. So Miss Tanya Tucker, number 5. Number 4,
all right,
Miss Shania Twain.
All right.
It made my daddy pretty happy that I like Miss Shania Twain. Though my mama pointed out in all the flaws she had in her makeup, I just think that's because my mama was jealous of her. Number three. Who can forget 1999? When Hit Me Baby One More Time made you want to hit the baby one more time. Miss Britney Spears. All before she got coked up in between 05 and 08. Lord, I tell you right now, that girl, she couldn't sing herself out of a wet paper sack. But I'd just turn it on mute and sit and watch the videos. Miss Britney Spears at number 3. Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
Nothing. I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm going to retract what I was going to say. Just go ahead.
Number 2, Miss Carrie Underwood. Let me tell you right now, She has the personality of a doorknob and the forehead the size of the dresser sitting in the corner of my wife's bedroom. Notice we don't sleep in the same bedroom. She can't keep her hands off of me. But that woman is a beauty that is to be. Number 2, Miss Carrie Underwood. Notice she lost a ton of weight after she got off of American Idol. I think it was the throwing up and stuff. Just look at her fingers. You'll see the scratches. And number 1.
That was I thought you said that was number 1.
Hank? No. Number 1, Hank Williams Jr. Miss Tanya Tucker.
Now look.
Up for him in 1980. Whoa.
I can get the first 4 that you named. I could care less about. I can get with Hank Williams though. Let me write that down. That's one other word I forgot. Thank you for that.
Yeah. You're welcome. I do what I can. In 1988. Let me tell you about this, Pixie and Pete. You good buddy of mine. You know me. You know me well. I mean, Lord, if I fart, you know what I eat for dinner. In 1988, my uncle called my mom and daddy up on a Sunday night. We went to church that morning and worshiped the Lord and praised Him with His holy name. Called him and said, "Hey, listen, there's a concert in town, and I'm a little buzzed, but I'd like to pay for the whole family to go to Little John Coliseum to see Hank Williams Jr. and Miss Tanya Tucker's opening up for it." So what did we do? Like good Bible-believing Christians, we moseyed on down to Little John Coliseum. And my uncle paid for all darn of us to go into see this concert. So, Miss Tanya Tucker opened up, and I will have to tell you, it turned me on. I mean, now she looks like old in death and a bunch of crust, but back then, I mean, Lord, I was, 5? What did I know about being turned on? Then, an angel from heaven come down. Hank Williams Jr. came out there. He was trashed, but he put on a good show. And I'm telling you, it left an impression on me that makes me shake. If you hear a alarm going off in the background, that's my wife.
Oh, yeah, I hear it.
I
know that alarm sound. That alarm sound sounds.
Yeah,
go ahead.
When it goes off the second time and goes off, it lets me know to get off the phone and go down there and eat. It's ready. But I'm telling you, Hank Williams Jr. came out there, trashed his piss, but he sang his brains out. All my rowdy friends, a family tradition. Lord, it was like I shook hands with, Hank Williams Jr. But, that's my top 5. How you doing tonight, buddy?
You already asked me that. I'm amazing and fantastic. I'm still trying to recover from your top 5 artists, other than Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, well, let me go ahead and tell you right now. Music is the only thing that deals with Hank Williams Jr. Everything else is, just look at him and be done with it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the answer right there.
Yeah.
That's the answer right there. Right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. I'll never forget my mama about slapped my daddy in the nuts when he was talking about Shania Twain one time, and she said, "Oh, you care about what she looks like." I was like, "Come on, Mama, what are you, a communist?"
That sounds a lot like you and Britney Spears.
Once again, what are you, a communist? Look at her. The girl can't sing if you put a gun to her head and shot her twice. She can't sing. I mean, they created auto-tune for this woman.
I mean, the last time that she looked good, I'm not even sure I could drive yet.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I'll tell you this: Have you seen video of her out there in that Vegas show? She looks like a senior citizen trying to move now. That's what methamphetamines will do for her.
No, I haven't seen what she looks like, and I really could care less what she looks like.
You should try it. Just make sure you clear out the browser here before you buy Caesar. It's a great way to get castrated.
I want to remember her. What was the name of that song she had when she first came out? What was it?
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah, hit Me Baby One More Time. Yeah, that's it. I want to remember her in that way. You know how like when your parents and your grandparents get old, and unfortunately people pass away. We everyone's had that happen. But you want to remember your loved ones the way that they used to be, right? That's normal. Well, I want to remember Britney Spears from "Hit Me Baby One More Time." I don't care what she looks like now. Yeah.
That's just like Grandma and Papa. Do you want to remember them when they had their arms around you and he was wearing that members-only jacket, smiling in the camera at Olin Mills? Or do you want to remember when he's there decrepit and looks like the host of Tales from the Crypt? I know my answer. What about you?
Hey, Mrs. Peete is sitting here giving me the evil eye. She came down from she came up from downstairs. She heard me talking about Britney Spears. And she's sitting here looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, all I'm going to tell you is if you want to keep your sack and your nuggets, you better hang up for me and go down there and see Miss Peete. So I'll let you go so you don't lose your manhood, and then we'll have to try to figure out what you are and which bathroom you have to use. You be good.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, man. I appreciate the call.
All right, bye.
I have to recover from that one a little bit. Now, before I pick up the next call, I want to acknowledge some people in the chat, and I got some super chats here while we're waiting. Slim Shady Canes in the house. I thought Pete would have been a fan of New Kids on the Block or Marky Mark and the Funky. Well, first of all, thank you for the super chat, sir. I don't know how to respond to that. That's what you said, though. Slim Shady Canes again with another $2 super chat says, it's the Dale Gribble on the phone. Is this Dale Gribble on the phone? Yes, it is. Uncle Lou with a super chat says, shut up, Tiger Nate. I've seen a lot of that in the past 72 hours or whatever it is. All right, let me see who's in the chat here real quick. Let me acknowledge some of you guys, and then I'll check the phone lines. Again, if you want to call in, the first thing I need to know is your top 3. Now, Bobby Durkins was kind enough to give me his top 5 favorite musical artists of all time. Anybody who calls in, I want at least your top 3. If you want to give me your top 5, I'm cool with that. Anyways, Tiger Nation's in the house. Celine Driver, how you doing, sir? DeGoat Watson. Armando Gutierrez. Can I tell you a secret? Listen, if you no, I don't want to know whatever your secrets are. Keep them to yourself, sir, please. Slim Shady Canes, Nate Kingston. Billy Dawson's in the house. Tiger Nate, how you doing, brother? I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic, but I already know that you are. Gator Hater, hashtag Null Nation. That sounds like a bit of a redundant name. First of all, Gator Hater, hashtag Null Nation. I appreciate you stopping in all the time, and you're amazing. But your name is redundant. Gator Hater, hashtag Null Nation. It's the same thing. Saying the same thing twice. Dennis Wilson, my favorite troll, if there is such a thing as that. Katusa 93. Beastie Boys, that's a good one too, sir. Thank you for that. Ballard Sports Media. I just realized I haven't read any comments, so I'm having to go way back. College Football Maniac. P Digits. Thank you for joining me, all of you. Jamie Aldman. DeGoat Watson. Listen, if I missed your name, Bulldogs Mafia is also here. If I missed your name and I skipped over you or whatever, it's not personal. I'm just basically half retarded. So just at least give me some leeway on that. All right. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Pete, sir, how are you today?
Who is this?
Everybody knows who this is.
Is this Slim Shady Canes?
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is. What? My name is. My name is. Slim Shady.
What's up, brother? What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I just figured I'd call in since nobody else was.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. So you know what the rules are tonight, right? I do. I want your top 3 favorite musical artists of all time. Now, this is not easy to do because I sat down to do my top 5, and I thought I knew them before I even wrote it down. And then you start thinking of other people or other artists, and look. Well, I'm not going to show you. The piece of paper I wrote this down on looks like a 3-year-old got a crayon and just started dribbling on it. It's pitiful. So go ahead to the best of your ability. Give me your top 3.
Well, that would be actually really easy for me. Metallica has to be in the top 3. You're a communist if you don't like Metallica.
Exactly. I agree with that. And anybody who doesn't like Metallica should be deported immediately. And I probably should have said that.
To take care of
Nothing. Go ahead.
And to take care of the other 2 spots is also going to be real easy because I can do one person take care of both of those spots, and that would be a man by the name of Aaron Lewis and his new music now on his own.
I do like him.
And as the lead singer of Stained.
Yes. Listen, I do like him. I do like them. Yes. All right, that's a good one. So that's 2 good ones. Give me your number 1 of all time. That's got to be tough, man. Got to be tough. Go ahead.
Number 1 of all time, I would probably. Man, that is a little tough. I would have to say David Draymond and Disturbed.
Huh? Of all the people, now listen, I do like him. I even featured him on one of my videos. I did a video that was not college football related. That was about, just showing my family and all that. And I used one of his songs or one of his cover songs on there. Listen, he's great. But your favorite of all time, that's who it is? I mean,
man, I'm a little bit younger than you and Lou. So,
all right.
Disturbed, Korn, stuff like that was real
Korn
popular when I was coming up in high school.
Are you still there?
Unfortunately.
All right, sorry. You said Korn.
Hey, all that stuff was real popular when I was coming up.
I know, but we're talking about of all time though. Korn, listen.
Yeah, and I understand that, but here's my thing. Whatever's real popular when you start getting laid just has a special place in your heart forever.
Did you get laid to Korn? Please tell me you didn't get laid to Korn.
No, but that was, some of what I was listening to the most when it finally happened. Yeah.
I would think getting laid to Korn would be pretty interesting, actually. I mean, well, listen, I'm not going to even get into that. You're sending me down a road that I don't want to go down. So, all right.
I'm not sending you anywhere. You're taking it where you please.
I know. My mind is. You know what? I shouldn't have done this segment. My mind is way too twisted for this conversation. But all right. So listen. Look, I gave my top 5, and I'm sure that most people out there are like, this is the worst top 5 of all time. So it is. Listen, I can't hate on your top 5. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone likes what they like, right? And listen, a lot of the artists that I like are because, like you just said, of when I was growing up. So I can't hate on you. If Korn is up there in your top 2 or 3, then more power to you, brother. I mean, I'm not going to hate on that. So.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I'm the type of person. I've got everything from them to Frank Sinatra in my playlist.
Of course. I
can get old school with it, too.
I'm glad you just brought that up because I was going through my iTunes today, and this is kind of embarrassing to admit, and I probably shouldn't admit it on YouTube, but I'm going to anyway because I who cares, right? So I've probably got conservatively probably 200 or 300, I have to count them exactly, 200 or 300 albums, complete albums that I've downloaded and paid for off of iTunes over the past, say, 15 years, maybe 15, 16 years, something like that. Yeah, whenever iTunes became a thing, I guess that's been like 15 or 16 years, that I paid full price for, whatever, between $10.99 and $15.99 for each album. So what does that come out to? We're talking about 10 to 15 grand in money.
Easily.
Yeah, $10 to $15,000 that I've spent on music And that doesn't even count. Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on 1 second real quick. That doesn't even count. And this is probably the one of 4 of these that I have. This one just happens to be sitting right here because I've been listening to it in my Xbox 360. I've got this thing. This thing holds 150 CDs, right? It's packed full. Some of them double of CDs, and this is from when I was. I don't know if you guys can see this. This, right? This is from probably age 15 through 20, back when CDs were a thing, before iTunes and digital downloads and all that kind of stuff. So that's another. That's probably and that's just one of 3 of those that I've got. That's probably another 10 grand. So as an adult or a young adult into where I am now, I've conservatively spent at least 20 grand, probably more on music. At least. That's a car. I could go out and buy a car cash with the amount of money I've spent on music.
Advice, downloading music for free illegally is still a thing that they don't prosecute for.
I don't do anything illegal. I mean, I don't do it. I don't do anything.
I mean, I'm not saying I do anything like that, but I still haven't paid for any music.
Yeah. All right. Well.
And I've got, let's see, I've got a 130 gig SD card in my phone, and it's like 70% full.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly not going to admit on the internet that I've downloaded anything illegally because I never have, ever in my life, ever in my life.
I'm not saying I downloaded anything.
Yeah.
I just happen to be in possession.
I'm just saying. All right, man. Listen, I appreciate the call. Anything else you got for me before I pick up the next call?
Miami wins another off season.
You're right up there with. Listen, Miami is right up there, almost tied maybe with the Gamecocks for the off-season champs every single year.
I'm not even sure if the Gamecocks can be in contention, sir, because we actually do win things in the off season. The Gamecocks and their fan base just get a little more delusional.
They were born delusional.
I mean, Miami is legitimately doing good things in the off season.
I know.
It's just during the season where they manage to, take a steaming pile on top of it.
Well, at least Miami has a history of winning at a high level in my lifetime and before my lifetime. Well, not really. I guess all of it was pretty much in my lifetime. It was the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. Yeah, so that was my lifetime.
Yeah, well, unlike South Carolina, who, yes, they want to claim their one ACC title. I mean, at least Miami has 10 conference titles. May not be in the ACC, but they got 10 of them.
Yeah, guess how many South Carolina has? I'll give you a hint.
I'm thinking around 9.
I'll give you a hint. It's less than 2 and more than 0.
Well, they got something.
It's a 1.
I think that was the year that they were really starting the whole trend with the Special Olympics. Kind of like the Patriots winning in 01, they just kind of gave it to them.
Yeah.
Because everything that happened, that's when the trend with the Special Olympics was starting. They're like, just give South Carolina one.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to admit this. I really do. I've given up on them, and I know I'm going to lose. I know I'm going to catch some hell from some fellow Clemson Tiger fans for saying this, but I wish that South Carolina was a little bit better. You know why? Because they're on a schedule every year, and the rest of the ACC right now sucks. So I just wish they were just. I'm not saying I wish they were great. I just wish they were a little bit better, a little bit. I mean, like bowl eligible, good. Maybe 8 wins, something. it feels like picking on a special needs kid or something. It's just something when I first came on YouTube, it was one of my favorite things to do was make videos about the Gamecocks. I made a video when I first came on YouTube. No, it wasn't. No, it might have been last year, actually. It wasn't first when I came on. Where I sat there and drank 9 shots of whiskey on video to see if I could get drunk enough to make them look good. I can't do that anymore. Because it's sad. So.
Sad but true.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
All right, man. Take it easy. I'll see you next week.
All right, boss.
All right, man. There you guys have it. This is great. The one, the only, Slim Shady Canes. And Slim Shady Canes, I know that this is your favorite beer, sir, because you told me it was. That's the only reason I know that. So if and when we ever get up and watch a game together, if Miami ever makes an ACC championship and you happen to make it up to Charlotte and I go too, I'm going to buy you a bunch of these, sir. Michelob Ultra. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Hey, good afternoon, Pete. Celine Driver.
What's Celine Driver? How you doing, man?
Well, first time I ever came on here. First time I ever called. Just wanted to check out another channel to see what's up.
Well, new viewers are always welcome. And you, sir, as far as I can tell, are a stand-up guy. So I thank you for calling in. Now, before we get into what we're going to talk about, I need your top 3 favorite musical artists of all time.
That's easy for me, but tell all your guys that they might want to get Google ready because probably half of them won't know what I'm talking about. Number 3 would be Led Zeppelin.
All right, that's a good one.
Number 2 is Van Halen, both versions.
I've got a couple of Van Halen shirts in my dresser right now.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And number 1, and it's not even close in my mind, number 1 is Boston.
That's a good one too, and that was one I would not expect. Now, your top 3 was much more admirable than the previous 2 callers. I'll give you that. Those are good ones.
Well, I'm older. I'm older than both your previous 2 callers too. So.
Well, yeah.
I've listened to a lot more music, probably.
Well, that's all right though. But all 3 of those artists I listened to throughout my life too, so I can respect. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. I'll give you that. So
I think the song "More Than a Feeling" is probably one of the greatest rock songs ever written. But that's just me.
Yeah, and again, everyone's got their own thing. And if you were to sit there and mull over your top 3 over and over again, you probably switch out a couple of those. I mean, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. But there's so many.
I would. I mean, I also like. I put in my top 5. I put Aerosmith and AC/DC in there too. But and yes, I like Metallica. I do. So I'm not a communist.
That's good. That's good.
I do like Metallica. I just haven't listened to a lot of it compared to my top 3. No.
All right. I see Mark Rogers. I see Mark Rogers TV is in the chat. Real quick before we get into what you want to talk about. I know Mark. I know Mark Rogers' favorite artist of all time, and I'm going to shock him right now. It is definitely, without a doubt, Elvis Presley. Am I right, Mark? All right, go ahead, Celine Driver.
He typed in there that More Than a Feeling has grown stale for him. I just I can't wrap my head around that comment, but to each his own. What do I want to talk about? You supported my channel and subscribed, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You had left us questions about watches, and I gave you some specific recommendations. I wonder if you had gotten a chance to read that or not.
No. I saw the first. I left a question for you. I saw the first reply because I got a notification for it, and then I replied. Then I replied back. I haven't seen anything after that. Now that I didn't get a notification. Maybe I just need to go back and look. But hey,
YouTube doesn't give notifications on replies to reply. That kind of sucks.
Right.
But I put in there 3 specific links to specific watches that met your criteria. So I want to make sure you saw those, and if they don't work for you, then hit me back up, and I'll find something for you.
Yeah. Listen,
here,
listen, I appreciate the advice, and you know what? You don't want to know something that's weird. So after I haven't searched online for watches. Like, so I'll tell everybody what I told Celine Driver. So anybody who doesn't know, Celine Driver has a YouTube channel that's dedicated to cars and watches. So
mostly watches.
Okay, so I went on and clicked on one of his watch videos, and just a couple of months ago, I've been wearing the same watch. I'm one of these guys that doesn't wear a different watch every day. You know, I buy one watch and I wear it all day, every day. The only time I don't wear it is when I'm sleeping. I wear it in the shower. I wear it when I swim. I wear it when I go to the beach. Whatever it is I'm doing, I'm wearing it. The only time I take it off is sleeping because it gets caught up like in the pillow when I'm rolling around, you know? So
right.
I had the same watch, I told you, for 12 years. 12 years. I wore it 18 hours a day on average, right? And the only reason I got rid of it is because eventually the strap, the band busted on it. So that was about 2 months ago.
And wasn't that a G-Shock?
It was a
G-Shock?
Yeah, it was an all black G-Shock, a Casio G-Shock. That's what it was.
Yeah, you can't replace the bands on those things because they're goofball shapes and sizes.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, after I saw your video, because I've been thinking about getting a new one because I feel naked without it on, you know, because I wear it every day. So I saw your video and I was like, you know what? Let me get some advice from this guy because he knows more about watches than I do. And then so I told you what kind of watch I had and, you know, how long I wore it and kind of cut on what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then so this morning, that was like, what was that, yesterday or 2 days ago that happened? 2 days ago or something like that, right?
2 days ago.
All right, so today I'm on Twitter because I'm always on Twitter for my YouTube channel. And I'm getting a bunch of G-Shock ads on my Twitter. Now, how in the hell, because I didn't say anything on Twitter about this at all. I didn't search it online, nothing. How in the hell did Twitter know what kind of watch I've been wearing for the past 12 years just off the comment, the one comment that I left on your YouTube channel?
It's time to put on the tinfoil hat for that answer, and that's they're listening, man. I'll give you a quick counter story to that. I was having dinner with my folks and my kids a few weeks ago when they were down from UF, and we were talking about oh God, what were we talking about? We were talking about one of my girls needs a new computer. And we're just talking about different ones that they want. And I pulled up my phone to check a message. And when I activated it, I went into Google, and it had in the search bar computers for that maker. You know, it had already pre-started a search for me based on a conversation that we were having over the dinner table. And the phone was 5 feet away on the kitchen counter. And I thought to myself, man, that is just friggin' spooky. I mean, that's just beyond, you know. I mean, there's no Alexa, there's no Google Assist or anything in their house. But my phone was on, and I guess it heard me or something. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, so the bottom line is Google or whoever it is tracking my conversations on everything.
I don't doubt it. And I'm no conspiracy theorist for the most part, but I'm convinced that these devices do passive listening to do marketing, you know.
Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. But as soon
I guarantee.
Once I get off the stream tonight, I will go and see the reply you gave me on the advice on the watch.
Yeah, and if you got more questions, just go ahead and reply to one of those.
Yeah,
I'll make sure I check on that and keep checking until we come to a resolution or something. I'm more than happy to help you out. I might as well, prove my worth somehow.
Yeah. No. Well, that's. You don't be so hard on yourself. But I appreciate the help.
No, yeah. I try not to be. But I appreciate you supporting my channel, and I subbed up to your channel. I got to admit, the first video I watched was the video that shall not be named. You know what I'm talking about, but
I think I do.
Others, and, hey, this guy's got some entertainment value to him. This guy knows what he's talking about. I mean, I don't have any feeling one way or the other towards Clemson because you're not in the SEC, and I mostly concentrate on the SEC stuff. Now, if Florida ever comes up and plays Clemson, then I'm interested. But obviously, I'm more concentrated on Tennessee and Georgia and the Gumps and the Corn Dogs and all.
Well, here's the thing, though, man, because you're only a couple of wins away from being concerned with Clemson. So yeah, and
the funny thing I looked up while I was on hold. Florida and Clemson have played 13 times. The last game was before I was born. It was in 1961.
Yeah, they haven't played since I've been alive. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, then we're 9. It's Florida 9, Clemson 3, 1 tie.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Hey, there's that. I would love to see Florida and Clemson play. I think you said we're trying to put that together. I would love to see us do a home and home. Because hey, other folks that you know and I know are always complaining that Florida's out of conference is a little weak. And we never leave the state of Florida. These are not truths, but there's some element of truth to them. But these are overstatements. I mean, can we help it that we play Florida State every year as our rival and they're out of conference, but they're in state? You can't damn us for that. I mean, it's practically a legislative requirement in the state of Florida.
Yeah, well, I don't really have a problem with Florida because, again, like you said, we never played them in my lifetime, so I don't really have any issue with them. And
we haven't played you in my lifetime.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, here's a fun fact for you. So the most legendary coach, I think, ever at Florida is Steve Spurrier, right? So we do have history of Steve Spurrier at Clemson, and he won a lot of games against Clemson, and he did some good things at South Carolina. But the first thing that Steve Spurrier did after he left South Carolina was go just like that, washed his hands of the Gamecocks and went right back down to Gainesville and showed who he really cares about. And it's not South Carolina. He's a Florida Gator. But we do have a long...
Yeah, I mean, he's a Gator through and through.
Yeah, we've got history with... at least some history with Tennessee, a lot of history with Georgia.
Trying to smoke it, not grow it. No CD stems. Come on, all right, man. Sets. Ready, willing, and able to smoke y'all under the table.
He was the coach at South Carolina, but he was being honored at Florida for something. I think it was an anniversary. I think it was the 10th anniversary of the '96 championship game, and he showed up in the stadium in a Gator blue shirt with no logo.
Yeah,
and that really irked a lot of Gator fans and alumni, including me. I must admit. I mean, yeah, I know you're the head coach of the team now known as the Boom Chickens. I hate Will Muschamp. By the side note, Moose Dump is what I call him. I hate him. I hope he gets a dose of syphilis and rots in hell.
Well,
that's all I'll say about that. I don't hold a...
You could take comfort in watching Clemson completely destroy Will Muschamp every November. So at least we can do...
You know what? I actually root for Clemson to beat Moose Dump every time you go up against him just because of what he did to my school.
Yeah.
What he did to my program is criminal. We lost to Vanderbilt for the first time in 45 years under Moose Dump. I can't forgive him for that. It's the first time we lost to them at home in 45 years. I can't forgive him for that.
Moose Dump. That's funny. I'm gonna have to steal that from you. All right, Celine Driver. I'm gonna have
you can have that one.
I'm gonna have to let you go because
yeah,
man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
See ya.
All right. This next call, I'm gonna pick it up, but I'm hesitant to do so. But he's been waiting for 15 minutes, so we'll see what this turns out to be. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
What's up, man?
What's up?
I don't know. That's Tiger Nation, dude.
Oh, I was about to block your ass, dude. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, that's a funny name.
Yeah.
But I figured it, But look, man, I don't been on hold so long, and I don't smoke so much weed. I don't forgot my top 5 favorite groups.
No, just give me hold on. First of all, all I want is your top 3, and you just said you got done smoking so much weed you don't remember anything, right?
Trying to smoke it, not grow it. No CU stems.
Yeah. I remember my
Ready
top
with an
favorite group of all
able to
time.
smoke y'all under the table.
As far as rap goes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely an honorable mention. That's one that I didn't write down. I could have written down probably 50 different artists, and so
Yeah, and now I'm scared to look at Google. I'm getting an ass of alerts, and I'm getting information on every band that y'all done talked about on the phone before us.
Man, yeah,
they're listening to us, buddy.
yeah. So go ahead. Give me your top 3. Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's number 3 or number 1.
Man, that's number 1. They're legends, man. Nobody outside of Tech Nine, because I love Tech Nine to death. He's probably right behind them. Has done what Bone does, man. Their style it's second to none, man. Nobody can do it. Or will do what they did.
Yes.
They won a Grammy. Not many rap groups have won Grammys. They won a Grammy off their Art of War album. So.
There's been a lot of rap groups won Grammys, but yeah, they're very unique. There's nobody that's like them. So I'll give you that. And of course Tech Nine. So what about a third one?
I like the Temptations, man.
Oh, coming through with the old school stuff. The Temptations.
Motown's my favorite. Motown's my favorite, man. My favorite music of all time is Motown. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding.
I'm gonna give you a standing ovation for that one, Tiger Nation. A standing ovation. Good for you, sir. I like it.
That's the most talented era of music.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Just true, pure voices, man. It was beautiful. I like CCR, man. I love CCR.
All right. So now that's 4. Give me your 5th one. It says that's 4. Come up with one.
Gosh, man.
Come up.
No, maybe.
I think that's 4.
Shoot, I like 5 of them, man.
I didn't even smoke any weed. Oh, Journey, that's a good one.
I love Metallica. Like you said, Metallica is one of my favorites.
Journey plays at every bar in the country at closing time. Right?
Dude, they'll stop fighting and everything if Don't Stop Believing comes on. Everybody just starts singing it.
Don't stop
they don't give a shit.
believing. That's what comes on at 1:59 a.m. at every bar in America. And then as soon as the song ends, lights on, everyone goes, "Oh!" And then it's time to go home. Yeah.
Time to go home.
Time
Get
to
the
go
hell
home.
out. You know that song. But I love different genres, man. I love all music, man.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
I love music.
The only genre that I really can't get behind is modern country. And I know that's like
no.
That's like the best. That's like the best selling music in the world, or definitely in the United States. I'm not gonna say the world, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
If I do country, man, it's gonna be like George Strait, Randy Travis.
That's what I'm talking about.
Twitty.
I don't know about Randy Travis, but yeah, but George Strait. Somebody earlier said Hank Williams. Willie Nelson is my favorite country artist of all time. Period. End of story. And of course Johnny Cash. So yeah, but like this new country, man, it's so terrible. I could write one of those. I might even have to do that. I might even have to write my own Pigskin Pete modern country song. To a beat, I could find a beat somewhere online.
All you got to do is write about 10 words and just repeat them. All genre of music today is garbage.
Drove my pickup truck to work today. Then I threw in a bale of hay. Hey, drank a Budweiser. I mean, that's what it is, dude. I could write a fucking Grammy-winning song in modern country. If you gave me an hour, I could do it. I promise you I could.
You just did it in 30 seconds.
Exactly.
You don't need an hour.
Exactly.
But,
all right.
I mean, there's a lot of, man, I loved, let's see, REO Speedway. I like them.
REO Speedwagon. You said Speedway.
Yeah, whichever. I like them.
Yeah.
I like Chicago. Chicago was a good group.
Yeah, Chicago
had a lot of hits, man.
I got memories as like a 5-year-old riding my dad's car and he was blasting Chicago. I got a lot of memories with that.
Dude, me and my family traveled. I mean, I'm sure I told you before, but I've listened to so much music, man. That's why I like the Eagles. I love the Eagles. Good gosh, man, we could talk about music forever, man. But yeah, but Motown is, like Marvin Gaye and Melvin and the Blue Notes, and of course, like I said, Sam Cooke he's amazing. But
yeah.
I don't know. I listen to old music, dude. I can't even tell you some new artists out today. I don't know any of them.
I told you, man, it was hard for me to come up with my top 5 favorite. And then I wanted to be like, I wanted to be cool and put a couple of contemporary guys in there, like Frank Sinatra and some of the all-time greats. I wanted to put those in my top 5 to be cool. But at the end of the day, like my top 5 is my top 5, man. Right? It's my top 5.
Exactly.
So,
everybody we all said the same thing, man. Different instruments and different rhythms, man.
Yeah, man, there's no wrong answers to this. Now, listen, I take that back. There's one really, 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 really wrong answer to this. Do you know what that is? There's one genre of music that I will never ever support, and if you like it, then I can't even associate it with you. Do you know what that is?
I'm gonna say techno.
No, you got it. I can't believe you got it. Anybody who listens to tech, listen.
I hate that shit too, man. Like I had a feeling that's what it was, man. That's the most annoying music ever made.
Techno music. And look, you can't put. I know these people say, "Oh, all you gotta do is take a bunch of drugs and it sounds great." No, you can't put me on enough drugs to think techno music sounds good. The only way that techno music would sound good to me is if somebody kicked the side of my head 18 times and busted my eardrum and I couldn't hear no more. That's it. No, techno music, I don't care what you're on, what you drank, what you smoked, what you swallowed. It does not sound good.
You notice that's what the Carolina, that's what their music is in their stadium. You hear that gay ass rave music they play. Boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 I can't.
Boom, 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 for 18 hours straight. 18 hours straight, and this is the
you have to be on drugs to listen to it.
This is the only genre of music where every song is 45 minutes long, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. Hey, listen,
but,
anybody?
All
right, go ahead.
I hate that music.
Get me all worked.
Yeah, I agree. That's the worst music ever. So. Anyways, that was my list though, man. It's really hard to do that. You picked a tough one. You picked a tough topic, man.
I know.
Top 5.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna have to. I got a couple calls here, and I got. Yeah.
Dennis Wilson in the comment section. If I get on, he wants me to name some of his, and it's the YMCA Club, and I think he said Elton John. He likes Elton John too.
Hey, I like Elton John. Come on now.
All right.
Come on now. Elton John's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right, man. Good afternoon. You're on with Pete.
Hey, Pete. It's McD Sports 4. How are you doing?
Hey, McD Sports 4. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. I want to talk about Football Point real quick, and then I'll list some of my favorite music albums. The Football show is a massive disgrace. I am never watching that show again seriously. One of the topics they said today, I don't know if you caught it or not, is that basically they were saying, oh, the Clemson dynasty is over because some soccer player was signed with Clemson to be their kicker, saying he'll opt to go to MLS. That was one of those subjects. I mean, do you have anything better to talk about? I mean, listen, I know we're trying to March. Nothing's really going on. It's kind of that dead winter time of college football. You gotta be kidding me. That is one of the worst things I've ever seen actually talk seriously on a television program in a while. I will not be watching Paul Feinbaum seriously anymore. That is a national disgrace, what I saw today. And I'm a Maryland fan. I have nothing against any of the teams, really. I have nothing against Clemson, nothing against any of the SEC teams. But that was a national disgrace what I saw today. I haven't watched Feinbaum in 2 weeks and had to flip the channel to see that. What a national disgrace.
Yeah,
I just want to get that out.
I don't watch Paul Feinbaum, so I wouldn't know.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I don't blame you. Listen, I respect him. I'm not a hater, so people like him. He gets high ratings and he's got a show, so he's nationally syndicated on the radio. So obviously people like him. I never really found him entertaining. I think he's like he's like a cheap sports version of Howard Stern, but he's got the whack. Howard Stern has the whack pack, which is a bunch of wacky, crazy callers that call in and say crazy shit. But when Howard Stern's on the air without the callers, he's hilarious. He's basically a comedian on the air. He can carry a show for 4 hours or however long without the wacky callers calling in. Paul Feinbaum, after 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, probably 3 minutes, is not entertaining. He's not funny. He's not particularly very interesting. He's kind of just an asshole, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't watch Paul Feinbaum unless somebody sends me a clip of saying he said this about Clemson or he says something crazy about somebody. I don't know. I just don't watch him. So I wouldn't know. You said he said something about a Clemson player today. Is that what you said?
Well, not Clemson players. Somebody that Clemson supposedly offered a scholarship for to be kicker, and he opted to be an MLS.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's actually a good story. So I wish I had this kid's name written down. It starts with a T. Anyways, doesn't matter. This kid was this kid was an unbelievable kicker, right? So he was going to play soccer and football for Clemson. He could kick 50-yard field goals with both his left and right foot. Now, I don't really know any other kicker that I know of that could do that, right? But yes, right. So he was committed, and I was excited about him because Clemson has a shitty kicking game. They've had shitty field goal kicking game for the past 3 or 4 years. It's actually one of their biggest problems. But yeah, he's going to play for Dallas, the Major League Soccer team in Dallas, right?
I'm not pretty familiar with it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he's going to play for Dallas, FC Dallas, or something like that. I'm not surprised by that. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best kickers in the country that anybody's seen in a long time, and he's one of the best soccer players in the country too. So for him to come, listen, his bread and butter was never football to begin with. He's a world-class soccer player. So for him to forego college to go make millions of dollars playing soccer does not surprise me at all. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, God bless the guy and all that. I was just like, that's your headline? Is Clemson's dynasty over because some kid will rather play soccer and kick field goals for the Clemson Tigers? I just couldn't believe what I was seeing on my TV screen. But before I let you go, I'm just going to list a few of my favorite music albums. I'm kind of just a rap. I listen to everything, but my favorite is rap music. So the Carter 3 by Lil Wayne, Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent, Marshall Mathers by Eminem is my favorite of all time.
That's a good one.
And also,
that's a good one. I was going to say that's a good one. Marshall Mathers LP. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just listen to rap music. I mean, the albums today, though, like all the music today, I just don't understand it. So, I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm 20 years old and I act like a 60-year-old with that crap. So
it gets worse. The older you get, the worse it gets. So yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Man, I can't wait for the next decade of music. But anyways, just want to call up and let you know about what I saw today. Thanks for taking my call, Pigskin Pete, and go Terps.
All right, man. I appreciate the call, brother. There you guys. Big D Sports 4 coming through. And I realize I've got several people on hold, and some of you guys have been holding for a while. I gotta shut the call-in studio down. It's not personal, I promise. I've got a couple of things on here before I shut the stream down, so I can't take any more calls. So I'm sorry if you've been waiting. I really am.
We are sorry, but the show has ended. Goodbye.
One thing I definitely want to do before we get off here is an announcement that I forgot to make. So I got some new merchandise out for all of you guys. So you see the Cycling Out shirt. I don't know if you can see it. The Cycling Out shirt was a big hit during the holidays. I've got some new merchandise out. Here, take a look at some of it.
Hey, 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 hey.
This the faction? Nah, this the faction that saved a few hundred on a mix and a mastering. The sound quality suffers a bit, but the disc come fast. I guess you just ain't fucking with this. What?
Yeah, the Straight Out of Death Valley one's a new one. That will be coming in hoodies as well soon. You can get the T-shirts right now. I think the colors that are out are black, white, gray, and purple. You can get the Cycling Out T-shirts and hoodies in all the same colors. We got a couple of other new designs coming out in the next couple of days. So if you're a Clemson person out there, you want to go check those out. Also, I'll have a Pigskin Pete shirt coming out. Probably won't be too many people want to buy that one, unless you're really a fan, which is probably a short list. But I will have a Pigskin Pete shirt as well. And I'm coming up with new ideas every day. So go check those out. Also, right up here, howardsrock.net. This is for all Clemson fans. Go check out the website. We got written articles. We've got exclusive video content. This site is complete and totally free. So go check it out. Support it. At least check it out every couple of days. Go on there. Click on the videos. Click on the articles. We are looking for article writers as well. I have one or two that write articles on a semi-regular basis. We're looking for full-time writers. And contact me. You know what I'll do? I'll send, just keep an eye on YouTube in the community section. I will send out an email address and have you contact me through that. If you want to write articles for howardsrock.net, let me know, and we'll discuss the terms and all of that. So, all right. So before I go, I'm going to answer some questions here in the chat for the next, say, 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm going to play some music while we're doing that. But I'm going to turn the camera off here. So. Bear with me here for a second, guys.
In the world of BET, I'm looked at as too rock and roll, huh? In the world of MTV, my name is too gangster, huh? Man, strange music, we got this, baby. This year we got this one, baby. Red hair, red everything. It's Tech 9, baby, like it or not.
Never
never been a harder rhymer in my region or globally that's holding me. I'm totally hard and bossed up. Why you think that the majority of the rap musical authority soared me and barred and crossed up? Cause they don't wanna let the crazy kid in. Then spin his hymns, begin a grim religion of rhymes. Forbidden my isms are hid in my mind. Till written, then spitting the kid in. The nine is playing you, slaying you, spraying you, permanently delaying you, swaying through. It's the day in you that's hating who? Something that's hella beyond us. I love Kanye, his shit is Bombay, but I'm rough. And you can see it in my retina that I won't be letting you threaten us. Better respect, take the messenger. Too dope on them for this to be history. Listen, it's a mystery. Why they spitting and dissing me? This is me, this is me. I'm a king, I'm a clown, I'm a G. I'm a G. I believe what I want. Got you singing my song, but you're seeing me wrong. So what's the matter with me? This is the belief. The belief. No religion has arisen from the deep. From the deep. Darkest prison. If you listen, you will see. You will see. If collision's your decision, you will reap what you saw. So forget what you know. This is me. This is tech, bruh. For years I've been the next to collect a plethora of checks. Let's get extra. Is what I said to Travis. Let's go select the baddest rappers. Infect the planet. Leave them in extra. See, I'm a vet. The powers don't really want to let the best come and wreck your sets and test your sector. Instead of rawness like Inspector Deck, the elders rather set they specs on Mason better. Slept on my records. If you knew my music's Hannibal Lecter, what the hell you calling Funkmaster Flex for? Don't pester me, I won't sweat you. Be on a quest to investigate your tech, my respecter. Chakra, tease and hop to these hot degrees. Me and Mr. O apostrophe. Never listen to these pop pussies, cause they suck. I love 50 Cent, he gritty when he vent, but I'm rough. And you can see it in my demeanor. The Tekanina will blast arenas. The grass is greener. Made it my top of the world. Kiss me, miss me. This is me. Can't you see? This is me. This is me. I'm a king, I'm a clown, I'm a G. I'm a G. I believe what I want. Got you singing my song, but you're seeing me wrong. So what's the matter with me? This is the belief. The belief. No religion has arisen from the deep. From the deep. Darkest prison. If you listen, you will see. You will see. If collision's your decision, you will reap what you saw. So forget what you know. This is me. The industry treat me like a ride on the short bus. That's why I'm telling the youngsters when you retort cuss and make your fort fuss. Cause you went up to Sam Giddy or FYE with they money and you support us. Strangers, shady, psychopaths and juggalos. Losers, shooters, college women and gutter hoes. Rock it for precious dough. Drop it, just let it flow. Cop it, don't knock it, you block it, stop at the record store. This is Aaron Yates, this Aaliyah and Rain. This is for little Donnie, this is for all Lakoya's pain. This is for the sickness of Marty Shue. This is for all the love of Sarah, Susie, Ira Mae, and Nazita Lou. This is for Ike and Ricky, Rufus, Rhonda, Barbara, and Marla Ridley. This is for Beazle, and I know the rest of my family's with me. This is my friends, this is the end, this is the G. This is life, this is wrong, this is right, this is me. This is me. I'm a king, I'm a clown, I'm a G. I'm a G. I believe what I want. Got you singing my song, but you're seeing me wrong. So what's the matter with me? This is the belief. The belief. No religion has arisen from the deep. From the deep. Darkest prison. If you listen, you will see. You will see. If collision's your decision, you will reap what you saw. So forget what you know. This is me. This is me. I'm a king, I'm a clown, I'm a G. I'm a G. I believe what I want. Got you singing my song, but you're seeing me wrong. So what's the matter with me? This is the belief. The belief. No religion has arisen from the deep. From the deep. Darkest prison. If you listen, you will see. You will see. If collision's your decision, you will reap what you saw. So forget what you know. This is me. Where I'm at right now, I ain't got no tolerance for something stupid, for hatred, or envy. If you bring in any one of those, how about leave me alone? They pray I free fall any day. Well, I don't need y'all anyway. Negativity, give me nay. You finna hear me say, just leave me right here with my Henny. Say my chicks in plenty pay. Your boy check done blown and still rep the home. But now I just wanna be left alone. They wish depth in my flesh and my chromosomes. Slept in my songs. They need a little bit less Patron. And they holler, the weirdo. When I walk in the spot, the zeros. Pissed cause they ladies wanna swallow my euro. They live in squalor and fear though. They never get to see me let a tear go. Started hating the second I busted a mere flow. I just want you to get some goons, not near no negative energy. That is the remedy. Hey, yo, listen here, bro. Stay away from me. Please stay far away from me. Leave me by my lonely. Just let me be. Stay away from me. Please stay far away from me. Leave me by my lonely. Just leave me alone. The hood don't play me high. Treat my strange music like rabies, huh? They be saying Technina, he crazy, huh? But you want me on your video and CD. You elementary rappers are straight remedial ADD. I'm in my own world, partner, and you don't fit there. All your tech hatred has got you sounding like a bitch player. And this is to multiple haters, and I swear it ain't about a pass, homie, but if the shoe fit, wear it, nigga. It's a size 9. When I step inside mine, it'll feel like you died trying, and you know that I can't buy time. For you to catch Casper, it's high time. You tried crimes against me cause you couldn't follow the guideline. It say respect your elders. You best go tell the Lord forgive you cause what's next your failure. Just leave me where it's less your hell, bruh. Invest your mail to something that sell cause if tech don't smell you, tech don't tell ya. Stay away from me. Please stay far away from me. Leave me by my lonely. Just let me be. Stay away from me. Please stay far away from me. Leave me by my lonely. Just leave me alone. Leave me singular, numero uno, Ichiban. They want my doom and my funeral. Psycho bitch be gone. Losing my lithium quickly. This chick done hit me, Don, and bit me on my finger till trap to get me bond. Cause if it happens again, I'm a boy. I wish I had no problem with smacking a friend. Would've got the snap in the chin, but I got chicks that wanna get it in. For sure, I'm taking all the crazy hoes out of my lady mode. I'm done with the oldies, nothing but new shit in my radio. Leave me solitary, cause the way she go is shady though. It's later for their ego, no more technology, the baby no. All of you need to try click and straight deny dick. Leave us alone cause you're mentally damaged, no try sick. I wish I wasn't a star and the gentleman would die quick. So next time you're tripping, I'll flip and hit you in your eye, bitch. Stay away from me. Please stay far away from me. 50,000 feet. Leave me by my lonely.